Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ohio State Postgame Show here with myself and Mike. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Mike, I'm gonna be honest. My mind is a little. I only care about one thing right now. I
Yep.
only care about one thing right now, and we're gonna talk about everybody. I'm sure Mike feels the same way. I'm sure you do too. Um, Ohio State got the victory today. Boring. Don't care. It's Teton week. Like it's Teton week. What do you have to say about this game? I mean, I said at halftime, I can care less about this game. The running game did its thing.
Yeah.
It continues to get better throughout the month of November. 164, 170, 222, now 260 rush yards, I believe, over that. Came from a lot of guys. Of course, Bogus, his 100-yard game. Lincoln Kane-Holtz. We got to see what he looks like in the run game. The defense did its thing. Gave up that touchdown. Don't like that, but that was the backups. No, boring, good performance. What do you take from it?
Yeah, I mean, I can't complain. It honestly it felt like a spring game. So, everybody was wondering, hey, I seen someone say, hey, what is the logical reason for having Adolf out there instead of a Marlon Graham and everything? And I put that, hey, you can have it's senior day, right? And that's exactly what it was, man. You got to see seniors go out there and play guys who will probably not be suiting up next year. They got to go out there and play. So
Shoot, next week.
yeah. Facts.
Yeah, and a lot of people were getting upset about that, Mike. I like it. I'm fine with it. I like guys that have stayed the course at Ohio State 5 years, like guys like Adolf, and you stayed the course. 5 years. I believe you deserve to see that field on senior day. I that's the way I see it. Everybody wants to get mad about it, but this has been a thing at Ohio State for years now, and it's the same thing you're going to see at other programs. So good on him. He made some good plays out there. Also, I mean, it goes unnoticed, but that touchdown to Max Clare, he's the guy that set that up on that pick play. So good job on him for that. Max Clare, man. When the two top dogs are out and Tate and Smith, what do? You lean on your All-American tight end. He goes for 100 yards today. What do you think about Max Clare?
Yeah, it was the Max Clare day, right?
Yeah, legacy game.
Yeah, I mean, this was one of his best games since he's been at Ohio State. But one thing that we just keep saying is these players continue to get better week in and week out. And the more reps that they get, you can just see the development happening. So, I mean, hey, it's really scary to know what this team could possibly be. That's the biggest thing about it to me.
Yeah, a lot of teams, Mike, they can't sleepwalk to a blowout win like that. But you get that when you have a quarterback that doesn't put the team in harm's way. You get that when you have the best defense in the country and historically one of the best defenses in college football history so far this year. Man, Julian's saying, I tweeted out earlier, Mike. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm kind of upset that he doesn't suck for 3.5 quarters and throw interceptions to the other team. Ohio State doesn't have a close game against Rutgers, and Julian doesn't get his Heisman moment. That really sucks. And I feel bad for the kid because he deserves his Heisman moment. And I'm sorry that Ohio State continues to blow out basically chew their food with ease. There was a lot of rivalry talk at halftime, Mike. When Ohio State was up 14-3, got pretty quiet after that.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, about Ohio State that I try to say. Everybody be like, "Oh, look at who you play." I mean, let's use an example. Look at who Texas A&M play. You played South Carolina team or whatever, not known for anything, and they put up 30 points on them. In all different sizes. Ohio State doesn't do that. They don't play with their food. They might mess up here and there, but they end up getting the job done. And it doesn't look like, hey, they're going to be on upset alert. Like anybody, if anybody ever tried to sit there and say, oh, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like all the arguments about Ohio State not playing nobody, and then speaking of these other teams and the way that they have, been on upset alert, and it comes across my Apple TV, such and such on upset alert. Like I can't.
Yeah, man. I mean, also on the defensive side, actually, no, staying on the offensive side. I don't know if Gavin Sickles hurt. But there was
no, he's not hurt. He was out there.
We know he's not. But again, I'm not going to continue to say the kid's name, say his number. He's still a Buckeye, but my God, there's a kid on that offensive line who has no business being there. And when you continue, we talked about this at halftime. When you continuously see him getting pushed back 2 to 3 yards, it's And granted, we had some good runs off the right side today, but he pops up on the screen, and it's not for good reasons. And based off what I'm seeing, Mike, he's definitely going to be the starter next week. I don't see a reason on why you play him all game today if he's not going to start next week. Like, what do you think about that?
Sorry, I had to do that for James.
No, I saw.
But I mean, I don't know. I just felt like the coaching staff, they're going to keep Tegra out there, man. But I definitely would have liked to see, Gabe Van Sickle be able to build on what he did last week. It's just they're not going to give him that opportunity. And you know what they say, man, that one thing that they always say is that the practice is just like the games, right? So
yeah.
That's the thing. He obviously isn't showing it in practice. And one thing that we talked about yesterday, Tegra just need to do some yoga, man, because them feet. It's the feet that get him in trouble. I mean, I try not to focus on him and focus on other things in the game, but it was just one play. It was a run play, and I'm looking, and Tegra's 4 yards in the backfield. I'm like, it's a run play. How does that happen?
Because I don't know what offensive lineman you're talking about. But I'm going to continuously say he's big for nothing. And it's not to say that he can't. I mean, look, man, you come back next year, maybe you get better. Year to year, Mike, I give players the benefit of the doubt. But what else can I say about the kid? I mean, outside of that, though, I did. What'd you think about Lincoln today? And what they showed?
I like Lincoln, man. I mean, other than the one, pass that he threw behind Brandon Ennis, I thought that the one to Bennett Christian he should have caught. It was a dot. It was only where his guy could get it, or it was going out of bounds. I thought that it was a good throw by Lincoln Kingholtz, and then also you just able to see his athleticism. I kind of wish he, kept his feet a little bit more, but it's just good to be able to see Lincoln get out there and do things. And now teams have to. One thing that you've heard Ryan Day say all season is, glad we got that on tape. We got that on tape. And that's one thing that you want. Now it's like, okay, well, if they bring Lincoln in, we know that he's going to run, right? So, but now teams got to be honest. They can't just say, oh, he's going to run, because now you can see he can throw as well.
Yeah, I really liked that throw he had. I know some people say he had somebody else open, but I mean, the pass went where the pass went. The ball hit the guy's hand. It hit Bennett Christian's hands, and he dropped it. It was a dot. And, I mean, you think back to I think it was a few weeks. It was the offseason. I think during the spring game, Jake Butt was talking about Lincoln Kingholtz. He said when he gets to the outside, you see a pretty special athlete. And that was cool to see, man, him running away from defenders. He's running up that sideline. Yeah, like you said, Mike, wish he would keep his feet, because that looked like a touchdown. But And you know what? I saw a few Wolverines actually talk about him on X earlier, and they said, "No, he could be a problem." He said if he gets to the outside, he looks like a problem. And it's not. And I don't know how many snaps he's going to get next week, but it showed again. You put it on tape. You put
And
it
he
out
working
there,
on that stiff arm too. So yeah, I
and
like
he
it.
put that shoulder down.
Hey, I like it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we got dogs all over this team, and you got to see it. Also, just watching Brandon Ennis out there. I think that it's time for people to finally put some
Yeah.
respect on his name. Everybody, I heard someone try to say, "Oh, it's not up to the standard of Ohio State. He should be out there like a wide receiver one." We knew coming into the season he was never going to be wide receiver one. We knew
Right.
coming into the season he was never going to be wide receiver two. We knew 1,000% he was going to be wide receiver three. And that's exactly what he's been. Also, if you were watching the game, just like majority every game, Ennis should have had 2 touchdowns this game.
Yes.
Because Julian missed him on one.
That boy was wide open. And
Open.
Julian had time to sit there and wait.
Exactly. But this man has been wide open plenty of times for it. Bro, Brandon Ennis should at least have 5 more touchdowns than what he has now. Minimum. But it's not, but everybody want to blame him for him not getting the ball while he's wide open. It does not make sense to me, bro. It is not. And also, everybody kept talking about, I want to see Marlon Graham. You don't want to see Marlon Graham with them contested catches. I'd rather see Brandon Ennis.
Good point, Mike. And like we say, man, he's always open, bro. And it's just that Julian decides to go other places, and usually that other place is Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. Where this week his name is called. I thought it was a smart game plan at during the play of the game where they said, okay, we're going to BI, we're going to play through Max Clare, run through Bo. I thought that was the right thing to do. Julian, he played good. He didn't play bad. So I'm happy about that. Now, forwarding this into next week, what do you think Jeremiah and Carnell will be there? I saw them smiling and laughing on the sidelines and looking good spirits. Yeah. What do you think?
Shout out our guy J Book, man, because he said that he heard that's like JJ's birthday weekend and or birthday week that JJ's not it's gonna be hard to tell him to not be on the field for that game, especially after what he said, like he's not losing to that team up north. But also, here's the thing: just having JJ on the field is going to open up for so many other people because we've seen you motion JJ. The whole team is worried or thinking about him. You line him up on the outside. Now you've taken a corner and a safety out of the whole thing. Boom. And also, we didn't see every time that's happened, what we've seen is you see a Carnell Tate going over top. Well, give me Bryson Rogers if that happens. But my question for the chat, because we didn't ask our question yet.
Yes.
Should the Buckeyes risk JJ and Tate for that team up north or save them for the CFP?
I mean, my answer to that, Mike, for me personally, if there is any doubt that they don't feel right before that game, I'm not playing them. I'm not. I think Jeremiah's going to be good to go. I think he's going to be fine. But like Carnell, if he's not ready to go and if he doesn't feel good, I'm not throwing him in there. I know. He's more valuable in the playoff than he is. And like someone might see this or someone might hear this and think I'm downplaying the game. I'm not. Carnell Tate is too valuable for the playoffs to put him in harm's way against the team up north. That is just the truth of the matter. That's a fact. Before I get going here, Mike, I do want to shout this comment out from Linda Jackson. Shout out to Linda. Mike and Garrison, you were doing a nice job on your channel. Keep up the good work. Highly appreciate it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Means a lot. Mike, before I get going here, spare me a couple minutes just to First off, I want to say we don't give a damn for the whole state of Michigan, and I say that while living here, and I mean that while living here. I've been itching for this week since last week, I would say. I can't wait for this game to happen. I can't wait to put hands and feet on them. Earlier, they're saying, oh, Ohio State fans are going to talk about them missing their wide receivers or them being hurt. Well, y'all missing y'all 2 running backs, starting 6 freshmen like y'all been talking about all week. There's no excuses in this game. There's no excuses. Y'all might say, oh, what about the weather? And you guys talking about it? Well, you're talking to the wrong Buckeye fan right now. There's no excuses. And, we're going to talk about this game all week, Mike.
Yeah, but we about to be here. We might end up having to be here Monday through Friday.
Damn it, I can't wait.
We might have to be here Monday through Friday.
Defense travels, baby.
That it does.
Defense travels. Again, shout out to everybody for being here. I gotta get going to work. But beat Teton.
Yep.
Beat that team up north. That's all that matters now. Nothing else in the world matters. Ryan Day, he said it after the game. We're playing for hardware now.
Yeah.
And the first hardware to get those gold pants. And we will have gold pants at some point around 3:30, 4 o'clock on November 29th in the year of our Lord 2025. We will. Guys, have a good evening. Mike, have a good rest of your show, man. I'll be listening.
For sure.
OH.
IO. Appreciate you, Garrison. All right, man. Well, let's get back to the show. Like I said, I see people already answering the question in the chat. Should the Buckeyes risk JJ and Tate for the game or save them for the CFP? And if you're not watching this live, I want to see what you have to say in the comment section. This week, I will be interacting with everybody in the comment section. I will be looking for your comments. So let me know your answer right below as well, man. So I see we got people in here saying that they should play. We should risk them. Look, I understand it's the game. But when you're talking about the type of program you are, the brotherhood, that we actually care about our athletes, you do not risk them getting further injuring themselves just because it is the game. Also, this is a longer season now. I'm not downplaying the game, because one thing that I have always been a proponent of is I believe that we should have always been rotating and getting our wide receivers more action earlier in the season. I totally understand. Hey, you want to, slow the game down, those type of things. I totally get it, 1,000%. But one way to slow the game down is you can rotate those wide receivers and just allow them to get the yards that they can. And also, you can go ahead and I think Lincoln Kinghouse would have already had a lot more reps, and then you can go into the game feeling more confident about that wide receiver room. Now, I will say, man, it was senior day. The Styles family, they had a little special on them, and the mom was talking about just how, she got to watch her husband play back in the 90s, and then now just being able to see both of her sons in the scarlet and gray. And, prayers up to Lorenzo Styles. Hope that he has a safe recovery as well, man, because, man, that was a hard hit, and it just sucks. I know he was having some shoulder problems earlier, but like we said, it was Mad Max Day. Max Clare was going crazy out here. My guy had 7 receptions for 105 yards, 1 TD, 39 long. Now, I think Max Clare, if possible, he definitely should come back, because he got to work on that cardio, that stamina. No way you were running out of gas. no way you were running out of gas that early in the game to me. I just was like, no way, man. But shout out to Max Clare. He had one of his best days in the Buckeye uniform, and hopefully he can continue to build on that in the team up north game, build on that in the Big Ten championship and lead into the playoffs, because now this Buckeye team is showing all the weapons, the versatility, how that they can get explosive chunks plays. You've been seeing it from the running backs getting chunk plays and explosive. Lincoln got an explosive 22 yards. Isaiah West with an explosive of 28. James People with an explosive of 49 yards. Like I said, Max Clare with an explosive of 39. So you're seeing all of these different guys. It doesn't matter. Whoever's able to get their hands on the ball, they're going to be a problem. Julian Sand, 13 of 19. I don't even feel like I got to check what the adjusted rate is, because he has some drops. Like Adolph dropped it. I thought that was bad, but also, like I said earlier, shout out to Lincoln Kingholz doing his thing, because I thought he threw a dot to Benny Christian, and my man dropped that boy, man. That hurt my heart. But Bo Jackson had his first fumble that we, fumble loss. And I'll tell you this. I was wondering. I'm like, man, young running backs, they always have it. Always have that whoop, that what happened moment, right? And I tell you, I am so glad that it happened in this game, because now one thing that this team will be focused on going into this week is ball security. Running backs, them young running backs, they will be focused on ball security. You heard the lady on the sideline. She said that she never seen Ryan Day so upset, and basically what he told Bo Jackson is, do your job. Now you got to see Bo Jackson follow it up with a touchdown. He had 2 touchdowns on the day, averaging 5.8 yards. Last week, averaging 7. Follow it up, 5.8. I will take that. Have no issues with that. James Peoples averaging 18.3 because of that long run. Then you see it in Isaiah West following his 7-yard average up with a 6-yard average. I mean, what these Buckeyes are doing, I just think is amazing at the running back position. And you continue to see the development of Coach Locke and what he is able to do. Now, like I was saying, everybody was talking about Adolph while he was out there, man. It was senior day. You got to see him get a couple catches, which was big, man. He has meant something to this wide receiver room, because one thing that you have seen is Brian Hartline try to get that young man some touches. Not just this year or in this game. I'm talking about previous years. We've seen this young man go out there and run routes, try to make plays as well. I want to give a big shout out to Jelani Thurman, because I was wondering, I'm like, where is Jelani? And shout out to Jelani, because I think he made some key blocks as well in the run game, but then also what he was just able to do in the pass game. And I wish, and I don't understand, are we saving him for next year or what? But I want to see more Jelani, bro. I think that, you see Max Clare running down there getting tired. Let me see Jelani run down there. I mean, he was known as Spidey, known as the guy who could break away, and he got them long legs. I want to see him be able to use that as well. And he's physical and aggressive. So I want to see that. Let's see. What else can we talk about this offense? Running game. Yeah, I mean, the running backs, I think, are starting to realize how you make your offensive line look good, right? The things that Trey and Quinshawn did really well last year, I think that they're starting to get that. And you're also seeing Bo Jackson making that guy miss. I know we wanted to see Isaiah West make that guy miss, but here's the thing. Isaiah West started the season off, with the injury, didn't have much reps. And as you can see, like I keep saying, the more reps these guys get, the better they're going to get. Bo wasn't making that one guy miss every time, right? But now he is starting to be consistent, making that one guy miss, and that's when you're able to see him hit those explosives or get those long runs as well. So just be patient, Buckeyes. I mean, it's coming. It's coming. The more and more reps these guys get, the better off they are going to be. I'm very excited about that. Still wish that I could sit here and be confident in what is going on the right side of the offensive line with the right guard. I thought that flag that they threw on Phillip Daniels was BS. I thought, when they threw the flag, I'm like, okay, Phillip Daniels must have been out here fighting or something. But I mean, that's what offensive linemen are taught to finish the play. Like, I mean, and you play through the whistle. I didn't understand it, but the refs seemed like they wanted to have a say in this game from the beginning, but their say was very minimal. Especially when you talk about this Ohio State defense and just what they were doing. And shout out to Caden Curry. This man has talked about, excuse me, let me get my water. Caden Curry talked about in one of his interviews, if he could, he would like to come back and play for Matt Patricia. But I just feel the production that he is putting out on the field right now is actually better than what Jack Sawyer and JTT was putting out. I mean, to be honest, this whole defense, the production is all just on a different level of what we put out last year. Caden Curry with 2 sacks. I mean, led the team in solo tackles as well. I mean, it was a total defensive day to day. You got to see Peyton Pierce go out there, and I mean, Peyton Pierce is he's a scrappy dude, bro. I love it. And appreciate our people watching on X. Shout out to Evan. If you're watching on X, please make sure while you're watching to go ahead and hit that repost button. Definitely helps us out. And if you are watching right here on YouTube, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. Helps us out, man. We appreciate y'all. So let's beat that algorithm. Algorithms be trying to hold us back, man. Let's get that together. I don't know how this is 48 and not 42, but we will get that fixed. All right. Jalen McClain. I'll say this, back-to-back weeks, the young man just continues to look like he just has figured it out and continues to get better. Very proud of him, and was in on one of those short line stops. So shout out to McClain's really coming into his own. And I mean, it's good to see, and also him being able to play next to a guy like Caleb Downs and having Caleb Downs take him under his wing and learn against that, I think is amazing. You also see Fahim Delane came out there with 4 total tackles, which would be, what's that, 1, 2, fifth on the team. So shout out to him, and that is crazy to say. I think that we're going to be fine at the safety position. Man, the Buckeyes have came a long way from 2020. Ryan Day was left on this roster, and just the way he has built this roster up and getting the coaches staff is amazing. And shout out to K-Mac. Edric Houston, I love the dude. He's a young guy, and he's going to get it together. But man, that man, every time it seems like something good happens on the defense, we get a stop, something crazy happen, and they throw a flag. It's like almost you can always count that it was Edric Houston who messed it up. So, but I believe he made up for it, getting stops as well. And the young man is a beast, man. He's a beast, and he just got to get disciplined with his hands and just a little bit disciplined as well, man. Because one thing I do want is for them to be able to trust him a little bit more on those fourth and ones, those fourth and shorts or third and shorts. But I know early in the season, middle of the season, he was having issues where he would just, jump off sides. So he's working on that, man. He got in there, got half a sack, 1.5 tackle for loss. So shout out to Edric Houston having a day. When Lorenzo Styles went down, man, one thing that you definitely saw happen in that game was another Cleveland guy coming in on the defensive side of the ball and making plays. Shout out to Bryce West. They tried to throw a ball over there, but he was in really good coverage. And that's just one thing that I've always said since this offseason and since this season has started on why I want to see more of Bryce West, just because the kid is a baller. He was in there making tackles just all over the place. It seemed like I just want to see more of Bryce West, but I thought that was interesting that we did get to see more of him. This guy got to be touching the field next year. There's no way that you could be telling me that Bryce West is not seeing the field a whole lot more next year than what he is, man. I think he's going to be one of our top DBs. Like BIA is coming back. Shout out to Davidson Igbinosun. I know his interception got taken off the board, but the young man just continues to get better and better and better in coverage. I love what I'm seeing from him. This is what he came back for, and everybody was sitting there saying, how better can you be? You already are, how? And I believe he's showing it. I mean, everybody who spoke ill on him, there's no reason to anymore. But I believe shout out Iggy, man. Now, our young guys out here making play. Shout out to my man, Devin Sanchez, man. I don't know if they counted as an interception or what. It should count as an interception if it don't, but shout out to Devin Sanchez getting the pick on when they tried that little 2-point. I couldn't believe that Greg Schiano was really trying to be cute and do all of that crap, but shout out to Devin Sanchez. Also, they tried to pick on him early in the game, and he let them know, hey, it's not happening over here. Now, another thing about that coverage that I had told you guys about is we're sitting far back, and they're running like them little curls and everything. I want to see us be able to read this and get that jump on the ball, man. That's something I want to see. If we're going to be playing that far back, we got to be able to be reading that quarterback, reading that wide receiver. I think that's something that you can kind of get them tails in film studies. So I believe if our DBs, if our cornerbacks was watching a little bit more film on their own, or maybe go watch it with some Caleb Downs, man. I think that they could possibly be getting a little bit more interceptions than what they are getting. You got to find those little tails. You have to do that. But I want to shift to these young guys, these young bulls, man. Shout out to Zion Grady, Riley Pettijohn out there. Zion Grady is a beast. I know Buckeye Nation, we were worried, hey, what are we going to have at edge this year? And I told you guys, hey, we're going to be fine. The way that this defense is multiple, you're going to see a little bit of Arvell on the edge. You're going to see some Stunny on the edge. You're going to see Cade. Remember, you got Caden Curry. This guy's always made plays. Always made plays. What is he doing? I told you guys this. So, same thing. Kenyatta Jackson, man. These are just the Twitch monsters. And you got Zion Grady. That's another Twitch monster, bro. I am very excited to see his future. Also, you see Riley Pettijohn getting in the backfield, making a tackle. This team is going to be just fine, man. It's so great to be able to see these young guys. You're talking about freshmen go out there and just be able to flash. One thing that you're going to hear Ryan Day say about them going into the offseason or all offseason is we see the flashes. Where's the consistency? So those guys got to be consistent. One thing that our backup defense has done is they give up a touchdown. That's where the touchdowns normally come, is when the backups get in. And I will say this, because later down in the game, after they gave up that touchdown, they did get a stop. So if we're going to be critical of them when they give up a touchdown, we have to sing their praises when they do not. And I definitely want to give up a shout out to them getting a stop. The team trying to go for it. Shout out to the Buckeyes, man. Doing wonders. Now, special teams, don't know. Brandon Ennis was trying to throw it back to James People. I guess he forgot he wasn't throwing to a J.J. Smith or a Carnell Tate. He was throwing to James People. James People's is short. He threw that ball clear over James People's head. I don't know. I guess he just rushed it because the ball bounced a bit. Guess something that he's going to have to work on. We really didn't kick any field goals this game. We had 2 punts. So, I mean, the offense, as bad as it seemed, really wasn't that bad. Like, we had 2 punts all game and then a 1 fumble. It really, honestly, was not that bad, bro. I mean, we make it seem like it's bad. Now, Rutgers. One thing that we knew about Rutgers is they had a passing attack. They got a wide receiver that's over 1,000 yards. Same thing with the running game. But Ohio State was pretty dominant in stopping the run. And not just that, but also stopping the pass. Wasn't that Anthony Kalakamanis? He only completed 50% of his passes for 81 yards. Average completion was 4.1 yards. Their running backs only averaged, the highest running back was Raymond, averaged 3.5 yards. The rest of the running backs was just averaging 3. Their longest one was 15. So, I mean, Buckeyes was taking care of business. Their leading wide receiver only had 34 yards with 2 receptions. KJ Duff, he's that 6'6" wide receiver, and you just seen the Buckeyes was able to take care of business against him. I think he's going to be a really good player, but Buckeyes handle business. Shout out to them. Now they did have some defensive guys that was making some plays. I did notice that. Now, here's the one thing that we got to work on the defensive side of the ball is we have to work on not on the defensive side of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball. We got to work on the stunt protections, man. I don't know what is going on, but the reason why Julian was being pressured a bit and having to rush the throws and things like that was they was running a stunt, and it almost seemed like it was the same damn stunt. Just a different guy coming. It just seemed like it was like the same stunt. Guy coming from the wide side, coming inside every time. And it just seemed like we could not do anything to stop that, or we weren't expecting any stunts, which I don't understand because we know how Greg Schiano is. He likes to stunt so dang on much. I remember that Larry Johnson was screaming at him saying, "Let my guys play." So, we definitely have to work on that. I think that Matt P has to work something in with the scout defense or maybe the main defense to show some more stunts for our offensive line. I think that the only thing that they should work against this week is stunts because the team up north is definitely going to do it. They're going to bring stunts to get to Julian Sane. And the one thing that we're going to have to do is keep that man clean. I don't want to see him rattled. So I think we'll be fine now. All righty. Right now you have Oregon and USC are going at it. Right now they are tied 7-7. I did have some games that I saw earlier. Minnesota and Northwestern were in a dogfight with our Big Ten. What's going on around the Big Ten? But before we get to that, let's take care of some business because we didn't do that. Get your business, product, service, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the Voice of College Football. See what our partner Win Agency has to say about his sponsorship experience with us right here on screen. Let's discuss how you can reach your target market. Contact us at sponsorships@vocfb.com today. Again, that is sponsorships at vocfb.com today.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the voice of college football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
All right, we are back. While you are here, please make sure, if you're watching right here on the YouTube app, make sure that you hit that like button so that we can beat that algorithm. The only way to help us is you helping us. So we appreciate you. Just hit that like button. Just one time, not two, just one time. We definitely appreciate your Buckeyes come out with a 42-9 victory over the Rutgers, the Fighting Rutgers, the Fighting Chianos, man. We definitely took care of that. But if you are a gambler and you like to do that, participants must be 21 or older. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Again, you must be 21 or older. And if you have a problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. So, as we were speaking earlier, about what's going on around college football and what's going on in the Big Ten, man. Minnesota and Northwestern had a showdown. And it came down to basically like the last part of the game. And Northwestern ended up pulling it out 38-35 against Minnesota. I think that is a huge win for Northwestern and their program to show that they're going in the right direction. And I also believe that goes ahead and gives them their 6th win. So now they are bowl eligible, because I don't believe they were bowl eligible last year. So you can say what you want about the Big Ten, man. Northwestern is bowl eligible. Right now you have Texas in a dogfight with Arkansas. It is 6-7. Texas has the ball right now. Let me know. I want to know what you guys think about the college football rankings. How do you guys feel about that? People are saying Notre Dame is up 35 in the first. Hey, Notre Dame, that's why I'm saying. This is why I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys know. This is exactly why I said that I'm not a believer in people playing these games at all. I do not believe in you playing these games in the beginning of the season. There's no reason for Ohio State to be playing Texas in the beginning of the season. There's no reason for Alabama to be playing Florida State in the beginning of the season. What did it tell us about those teams? Nothing. We learned nothing. The Ohio State game plan and offense that went out there was not the same thing. Well, we might have learned something about the defense, but other than that, we did not get to see those teams playing at their best part. Same thing, Notre Dame and Miami. I think Notre Dame would beat Miami by 2 scores if they play right now. 1,000% believe that. But you got a first-time starting quarterback going out there on the road. What are we doing? I mean, then the next game, you put them in another ranked game against Texas A&M. Now, mind you, they don't got a defense, though, but their offense was legit. So, I mean, you just had a young team, bro. A young team. They lost some pieces, lost some veterans, lost some experience, and now you see exactly what they're doing. This is SEC Cupcake Week. Texas A&M got their dub against Samford. Georgia got their dub against Charlotte. Oklahoma was struggling a bit against Missouri. I don't know what Mizzou be doing out there, but I am not a believer at all in whatever that play calling is that's going on over there. It was Bo Pabula's first game back. Mizzou got to escape the Sandman in Virginia Tech. Miami still keeping their playoff hopes alive. They're sitting right now at 13. So Oklahoma survives, Miami survives. Later tonight, we will be checking in on that BYU Cincinnati game. I think that is something to definitely watch later on. And right now, you got Maryland is up on that team up north. So while that team up north was scoreboard watching us, they should have been focused on their own game, man. That's the thing. This is why. Don't worry about what the Buckeyes are doing. Don't worry about what we do. We out here take care of business. What you doing? What are you doing? So let's get to some of the folks in the chat, man. Let's see what you guys have been saying. All right. Okay. Let's start. I hate Ohio State has a bad rep with corners holding these refs have hit us with weak sauce PIs. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And the fact that Ohio State is able to do what they're doing despite it just goes to show you, man. Shout out Buckeye Shine. They both play next week. You both are crazy, even asking the question. I mean, if they both play next week, they both play next week. My thing is I don't want to risk injury because I'll tell you this. It just takes me back to 2022 JSN, right? If we did not rest JSN or let him play in that Iowa game or whatever, and we have JSN, Emeka Egbuka, and Marv in that Georgia game, I don't believe that we lose. I believe we would have been national champions then. Because, yeah, okay, Marv goes down. Then the only person they had to focus on was take Emeka out the game. And then you take Emeka out the game, our guys aren't winning the one-on-ones like that. But if you have a JSN, and now you have to worry about a JSN, you got to worry about Emeka. That opens it up for other people as well. So that's just my biggest thing about that, man, is this season isn't over at all by any stretch of the imagination. Save those guys, man. Right now, that's the thing. Like, we need to be understanding that we're running our team like an NFL franchise, man. And what if this was NFL, what would you do? What would you tell if your general manager and your coach did not hold them guys back when they went out there and got hurt, and now you don't have your guys for the playoffs for you to go to win the Super Bowl? You're going to be calling for your coach and your general manager to be fired. That is malpractice. We didn't even need to win those games. We already clinched the playoffs. Come on, man. We got to honestly think, man. We got to think about that. And I understand, but that I believe that we have the wide receiver room. The reason why I'm saying this is I believe we have the wide receiver room out here to be able to handle it. We do. The thing is these guys been lacking reps. This is what I've been saying. We need these guys to get the reps. So here's what it is. Team up north, 7-7. It's tied. They're in a dogfight with Maryland to start off. So that Maryland quarterback is good. I do want to see if Maryland can hold on to him, but he does make some freshman mistakes every now and again. Right now, he is 3 of 7. No, 3 of 4. Maryland quarterback is 3 of 4. Bryce is 2 of 3. Let's see. And it looks like, Marsh, they're going to have to lean on Marsh, man. You got to get Marsh the ball in every different way now that you don't have your top 2 running backs, man. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Let me know what you guys think. It is hate week. Hey. Oh, man, I have been waiting on this. And Buckeye fans, I have no idea why you guys are worried. You guys worry way too much, man. And I'm going to tell you, you know, we didn't have no defense in 2021 when we lost. We did. Cool. It is what it is, bro. And our defensive coordinator, as you can see, Jim knows, is not known for getting stops when you need to get stops. You saw just now where this man, Matt P, say, okay, if I want to get a stop, we're going to get a stop. We'll run base, and then when it's time to turn it up, he could turn it up and get the stop and get us off the field. You see that. That's not what you got to see in Matt Patricia. And I'm going to be saying this stat all week because you guys are going to remember, and I'm telling you, that one punt that first time we make the team up north punt in the second half, he will have done equally amount as of what Jim Knowles had done. That second time he makes them punt in the second half, he will have done way more than what Jim Knowles has ever done. And if he makes them punt one time in the fourth quarter, he will have exceeded what Jim Knowles have ever done in the game. Now, I'll tell you this. If you're that nervous, you have to answer me this. You really have to answer me. Do you really believe that Matt Patricia cannot make that team up north punt in the fourth quarter? Do you really believe that Matt Patricia cannot make that team punt in the third quarter? Answer me that. If you can say that you do not believe it wholeheartedly, don't even watch the game, bro. No reason for you to even be a fan. If you can look me in my face and tell me, yes, Mike, I don't believe Matt Patricia can make them punt. I don't believe Matt Patricia can get any key stops. If you really could look me in my face and say that, you are not a Buckeye fan. Turn in your fan car and just move on. Your PTSD, we can't cure it. We can't fix it. I don't think there's nothing else that we can do. Your PTSD so bad, you might have this for the rest of the eternity. It's that bad, bro. But I believe that we got something dialed up. And like I have told you guys week to week, is I don't believe that we have even seen a measure of what this defense can actually do, because we really haven't had to turn it up like that. Not yet. And if Ryan Day goes into this game with that playoff mindset, if he goes, like one thing that I thought was key, Garrison even said at his post-game interview, Ryan Day went ahead and said, it is time for hardware now. So if now he is already getting in the playoff Ryan Day, a.k.a. Cocaine Day is what they call it. If he in that mode already, watch out, college football. Watch out. You don't want Ohio State being number one team, getting that bye week, and getting that. Boy, you do not want this. If Ryan Day is really in playoff mode, boy, watch out, college football, boy. Hey, he said we playing for hardware, and I don't think that he was talking about gold pants. And I think that's the thing. One thing that we have heard is you've heard it from the players. It's just another game, going into it, treating it as a game week or whatever. It does not seem like that's the message. Now, I've seen, people have repost of what Brandon Ennis said, and said Ryan Day has a different look in his eyes. Ryan Day has been different. And they said, oh, you guys say this every year. Nah, nobody has said this every year. Nobody has said this every year. Nobody has said, oh, that we're going into this week and it's hardware week. No one has ever said that. Now, I see we got some Team Up North fans enjoying in the chat, man. So what you're telling me is the Team Up North broke some OSU fans. You got to ask them. I can't speak for them. I can't speak for them. But there's no reason to be nervous going into this game. My guy Zay, he's more nervous. We beat them. Guess what they go to? Duke Mayo Bowl. Yeah. Sharon Moore already got all that mayo in his belly. Shoot, what's a little bit more? Yeah, we beat them. They go Dukes Mayo. We on to the playoffs. Big Ten championship. They need this. They beat us. We just hit them with the rematch. If they make it that far, we just hit them with the rematch. They put belt to ass in. But I'm just letting y'all know, bro. They need this. They need this. Because they don't want to be sitting on the couch. They need this. Pressure, pressure. They said, Poirier was saying pressure, pressure, pressure. He's feeling the pressure, and he knows how much his team is feeling the pressure. That's what no one is talking about. Everyone keeps wanting to talk and put this pressure on Ohio State. I don't believe that the pressure is on Ohio State, especially when I have my head coach already in playoff mode. If he's in playoff mode, the team was in playoff mode, he came off of the field and said that the team was already talking and excited about this week. They ready to get to work. Hey, Mom and Dad, I appreciate you. It was good seeing you. I'm ready to get in the Woody and get to work. I'm excited about this, guys. I'm excited. I've been waiting on this. It's coming. It's coming. It is here. BTA season. Buckeyes, go ahead. If you have not gotten your Big Ten championship ticket, I'm telling you right here, if you plan on going to the Big Ten championship and you have not got your tickets and you just waiting on the Buckeyes to win, I'm telling you right now, get your tickets. Get your tickets. Get your tickets. And shout out. If you did get your tickets, follow me on X and screenshot and let me know that you got your Big Ten title tickets. Your Big Ten championship tickets that you already ready to go. Send me the screenshot. Let me know. You see my my app right here, 216_wildboy. Add me. Let me see that you got your Big Ten tickets. I want to see the Buckeye fans that are confident. So they said I won't even watch Big Noon anymore because hey, I feel you. I be having game day on mine. To be honest, I woke up because this was like the first Saturday I probably would have been able to sleep in, but my son would not allow me to sleep in. So I, flip on ESPN. I ain't gonna lie, man. Pat McAfee got me turned up this morning, man. Hey, you know me, I was talking mad crap about College Game Day, but it's better product than listening to that all damn game. So yeah, I'll take that. I will take that. All right, man. Make sure that you guys are tuned in right here to the network on the Voice of College Football. You got Garrison going live Monday. You got myself going live on Tuesday. And then you got myself and Garrison live. We will be live, Wednesday and Thursday. And we, did a call-in show Friday. And we might keep that up. We might do another call-in show this Friday night before the game and talk to you all, man, and see how you guys are feeling going to that game. It's time for me to start my rituals. Matter of fact, let me know in the comments, what is your rituals for the game week? What do you do? My thing is I'm not wearing blue. Tomorrow or maybe tonight, I will start watching the documentaries on the game. So that's one thing that I will be doing starting either tonight or tomorrow. That part is big for me, has been big for me. So I'm definitely ready. They saying 14-7 Oregon. Let's go. Oregon said they was going to run that pill. They need to run that pill. We're going to see. We are going to see. And definitely make sure that you guys are tuned in Tuesday because right after the show, we stay to watch the college football playoff rankings. And we will be discussing that and how that goes as well. And make sure that every Sunday, tomorrow, you check out our ladies at the Voice of College Football on our main channel. Doreen and Minnie do an amazing job. So every Sunday night, make sure you checking out our ladies. And again, we appreciate everybody for being here. And with that, OH, we out.